Time to get scared out of your mind for the best horror games on the PS5. And welcome to Resell Robin, guys. I want to thank you guys so much and say Happy New Year to everybody and Happy Holidays. It's a new year of possibilities and things like that, and I'm really excited to enter to the new year with lots of opportunities and to help bring you guys more content. So I'm excited to bring you guys these PS5 horror games. These are my top 6 favorite horror games on the PS5, so we're going to jump into those shortly. I want to thank you guys so much for all the new subscribers. We are now at 2,032, so if you like the content that I'm bringing out, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below because that helps with the algorithm. And we have new content every Sunday and Wednesday. This last few weeks have been a little hectic. I want to apologize. I didn't get a video out last week. I dealt with, for those of you that don't know, I'm born and raised from New Orleans, so what happened recently kind of sucked. I had to make sure friends were okay and things like that. Luckily, they all are. Heart goes out to my home. Miss it. I'll actually be in New Orleans in a few weeks, but regardless, thank you guys for your patience. No new pickups really this week to show. I have a Nintendo Switch Hidden Gems video on the way in the pipeline, so that'll be out shortly. But without further ado, let's jump right into these PS5 horror games. All right, and number 6, my favorite horror game on the PS5 is actually Alan Wake 2. Now, I was super excited that this got a physical release. I was not going to buy it with a digital only. I was so mad that they did that, but luckily they did finally cave and put out a physical release that also has a digital download for Alan Wake 1 Remaster. Really excited to have this one. I love the Alan Wake series, and I know Alan Wake 2 wasn't as good as Alan Wake 1, but I feel like this being a package deal where you get both games is definitely one to pick up and add to your collection. Great psychological horror game with like puzzle elements and exploration and stuff like that. A lot of psychological stuff. I'm really excited they put this one out, guys. And if you haven't ever played the Alan Wake games, this is a great way to get number 1 and 2. I think it's like $60 right now, or 70. I think it was 70 at launch, but you can get it for around $50 right now. And I'd definitely add this one because if you're looking for a good psychological horror game, this one is a great one to pick up. At number 5 is actually the Still Wakes the Deep. This is a pretty recent release horror game, but I think this is such a cool, unique idea. This is more of your walking, I think they call it like a walking horror type game. Not survival horror, but like a walking, Anyway, the story on this one's really cool. I think you can pick this one up for right around like $20 still right now on Amazon. And I have a good time with this horror game, guys. I love horror and survival horror and lots of horror type games. So I pick up a lot of this stuff. And they also tend to go up in value, but regardless of that, I would highly recommend you actually run out and pick this one up, especially if you like atmospheric horror where you gotta like look around, explore, get the crap with jump scares and stuff like that. Great game, highly recommend it. Run out and pick that one up. For the price, definitely worth grabbing, guys. The next one's actually getting extremely hard to find a physical copy of this original release of this game. I hope they do another release of it. That is The Bridge, The Curse, Road to Salvation. Number 2 recently just came out. You can get that one in any stores, and I would recommend you go out and get that one, but I love the original Bridge, The Curse. This one gives me Fatal Frame-esque vibes. I love Japanese horror games, and it's such a unique release, and the problem with this one is it had an East Asia release only, so I think it was like Asia English version or whatever, but there's no ESRB release of this game. It's incredibly hard to find right now, but if you haven't, I would highly recommend picking this one up, especially, again, if you like Fatal Frame type horror game and things like that. This one's definitely gotten expensive. I will let you know that now. but it is a fantastic horror game, and I think it's definitely not a miss. So grab this one while you can, and then grab number 2 because it's also really good. The next one's actually a survival horror game, and this one actually shocked me when it came out, and that's actually the Chant on PS5. This one came out of nowhere for me, but this has a really cool story in it. It definitely has a lot more survival horror type game to this one. Played this one all the way through pretty recently again, actually, and it's such a cool. It has like different endings and stuff, and it's such a cool, unique game. It does have like some psychological horror stuff to it as well, but it's definitely at its core more of a survival horror game. And you can get this one for cheap, like $20 right now, and I think this is one that you shouldn't sleep on. I don't think people talk about this one this much, to be honest. But it's up there for me, guys. This is up there in my favorite horror games on the PS5 right now, and I think you really should do yourself a favor and run out and try this one. If you love survival horror, you won't regret picking this one up. Now, the next one has actually been out for a little while, but I absolutely love this game, and that is actually Martha is Dead. This is another atmospheric puzzle horror game similar to like the Still Wakes the Deep and things like that. Love this game though, guys. Can't recommend this one enough. The story on this one is amazing. Again, I think you can pick this one again up for right around like $30 right now, $20-30 brand new. Because PS5 stuff is pretty cheap right now if you get it right now. I love survival horror. Again, love survival horror and horror in general. And this one just ticks all the boxes for me. Love the story and the characters in this one. I don't think you hear a lot of people talk about this one. So I really wanted to put this one way up there. It would have been number 1 if it wasn't for a game that you guys probably know what it is, but I loved it. So, but definitely run out and pick this one up, guys. If you're looking for good horror titles, this is one that you will not regret grabbing. Now, the final one, it's kind of cliche. And before I cover it, I do want to give some honorable mentions. I love Resident Evils. I want to get that out of the way right now, but I'm not going to count. Well, obviously, I love Resident Evil 7. Ooh, I love 7. It was on PS4, though. And same with 8. That was on PS4. But I do love the Resident Evil remakes. 2 and 4, or 2 and 3. Great games. Definitely recommend you pick those ones up, guys. But I was trying to bring some different ones. I've played through those. And for me, Resident Evil 2 will always remain on the PS1 and stuff like that. So that's why it's not on here for me. But that being said, a PS2 game is on here right now, and I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. It's Silent Hill 2, man. Man, I loved this one. I love the Silent Hill series. I'm so happy they started making new games for it, even if it's a remake of the number 2, although they are working on a new one, and thank God for that. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, and I had a blast for this one, guys. If you're looking for a great survival horror game, and like a true survival horror, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. And again, that's why I didn't put Resident Evil 2 and 3 on there, because it feels more like a Resident Evil 4 type game for me. Those are great games, but highly recommend you run out, pick up Silent Hill 2. You're going to be so happy you did. Can't say enough good things about this one, guys. I mean, there's not even... Pick it up. That's all I got to say. And that's my top 5 survival, or not survival, but horror games on the PS5. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these games, and let me know some horror games that are your favorites on the PS5. I'm always looking for new games to pick up and play, so I'd love to hear from you guys what you guys think on what horror games you love playing right now. So throw in the comments down below and let me know. Again, if you like the content I'm putting out, make sure you throw me a subscription. I want to get to 2,100 by the end of January, so help me out with that one, guys. Keep the love going. Share it with the community. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for me. Thank you for those who reached out to me during the New Orleans incident, so thank you guys for that. And I'll be in New Orleans in a few weeks. We'll do a little thrifting out there and things like that. Always love going out there, guys. Keep everybody in your hearts and prayers for the city of New Orleans and for everywhere else. Happy New Year again to you guys. Look forward to bringing another great year of games for you guys to enjoy. And most importantly of all, stay savage. You gotta love some horror.